Right, that's 2 o'clock. So hello everyone, welcome to our Maths Extravaganza. My name's Andy, I work for Whizz Education, and before I introduce the other people here, first thing I wanted to say is a huge congratulations to all of you for winning your golden ticket. We're really pleased that we had so many of you winning the ticket, so that's the first thing. Extremely well done for all being winners, and thank you for joining us today. I hope you're excited to take part. I've not seen one of these before either, so I'm really looking forward to it too. So before we get on with all the fun activities that we've got planned for you today, I'll pass you over to Fiona and Junaid to explain what happens next.
Well, welcome everyone. I hope you're ready for a fun-packed session. So today we're going to do some real fun activities. There's going to be some magic as well. So I hope you're all looking forward to that because we all like some magic. But before we start, as Andy said, my name's Fiona and I'm going to be with you for the whole session. And I've also got Junaid with me.
Hello everyone, I hope you're as excited as me. Fiona's always got weird and wonderful maths ideas up her sleeve, so I can't wait to see what she's going to share with us today. And just to say, we'd love to see your ideas flowing through the chat. We're going to be monitoring that throughout, so the more you participate, the more fun this will be.
Great, right, let's get started. So whilst we've been waiting to start, we put a puzzle on the screen for you to have a go at. So I'm really interested to find out what your solutions are. So what we've got here is a little maze, if you like, and we have to go from the start to the top. But there is one little niche that we have to be careful of because you can only go up. You're only allowed to go upwards. So on the screen, you can see there's one already done for you. And if I get there we go, my laser, hopefully that's going to work. Right, so here's the start here. And we've gone left and we've put L for left. We've gone right, we've put R for right. We've gone left again, and then we've gone right and we've reached the top. Now, are there any more ways? And hopefully you've been having a go at this whilst we've been waiting for you. So put in the chat using maybe the letters L and R for the directions so that we can have a look. If not, if you don't want to do that, just have a go, just trace it with your finger. So let's see which other ways you have found for us. I hope you're doing this as well, Junaid and Andy, because I want some ideas here.
I'm having a good think.
Great, okay, so have we got any other solutions in the chat? I can see we're all a bit quiet at the moment. Anyone going to join in? How about Junaid? Shall we get you? Do you want to start everyone off then? What way?
Yeah. So I was just thinking. Yeah. Funnily enough, someone has just put this in the chat as well, so it's good to know that we're on the same wavelength. Because I was thinking we'll go on the outside. So okay. I thought we'd go right. So
right. Yeah.
Then right.
I'm going to get a thicker pen. Hang on a minute. Let's get a thicker pen. Right. So there we go.
Yeah, so we go right, and then right again.
Right. Okay.
And then I guess you have to go left from there.
You do, because we can only go up. Absolutely. Yeah. So here we go. Oh, a wonky left there. Yeah.
And then one more left to hopefully finish off.
Absolutely. Great. So 2 ways.
Yeah.
Any other ways? Have we got any other ways in the chat?
Yeah, there's a couple more. There's right, left, right, left.
Okay, so we've got right, left, right, left. Great. Any others? Oh, I can see one. It's done the opposite again. Left, left, right, right. Fantastic. So is that it, I wonder? Let's just quickly move to the next slide, because here I've already been having a go. So they're the ones I've found, but I want to know, are there any more ways? Have we got any other ways coming through the chat, Junaid? Can you say?
So we've got right, right, left, left, which we've covered. We've got left, left, right, right, which we've covered. We've got right, left, and we've done that one. I think they're all the ones we've got so far.
Okay. Well, do you know, we've got a puzzle sheet that we're going to share with you at the end of this session. So I'm just going to give you a clue. I think there might be some more ways. So have a go with the puzzle sheet, and I'll be really intrigued to find out from you which other ways there are to get from the start to the top. Okay, great.
Oh, we've got another one, a very late entry. Funnily enough, 2 different people have shared this at almost the same time. It's like they're communicating with each other. So we've got left, right. Oh, I think you've gone right and then left.
Oh gosh, do you know? Let's start again. I've never been very good at my lefts and rights. Sorry about that. Right, let's start again.
Although I bet if we did it the opposite way, it would still somehow work. But yeah, left, right, and then another right, and then 2 rights. Yep, left, right.
Ah, and then
left.
Right. I think you might have given a clue actually about the opposite direction. So, right, okay. Right, let's move on then. So, today is all going to be about 3D shapes, and I've got some rather fascinating things to share with you. But the first thing I want you to do is to tell me what's the name of the shape that you can see in front of you. Do you know? Pop it in the chat for me, because we're going to do some very exciting things with this shape. Have we got anything in the chat? Oh, I can see some stuff coming through now. It is a cube. You're absolutely
we've got cube in capital letters just to really reinforce it. But yeah, everyone seems to be happy that this is a cube.
Great. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you some magic. Would you like to see some magic with a cube?
Always.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I want us to be able to see all of us now. So can you see me now?
Yep.
Okay, great. Are you ready for this magic? I've got a floating cube. Okay.
Let's have a look.
So let's have a look. I'm going to bring it close to the camera. Can you see?
Oh.
Now, you might want to cover one eye or even close one eye to have a look, but I don't think you need to do it because I think because we're on camera, it works really well. Are you impressed? What do you think?
I'm definitely seeing a cube float around. Have you done something weird with the zoom controls? Are you
No, look, my hands, look, I've done nothing.
Wow. I mean, Andy, are you seeing this too?
Yeah, I'm puzzled. I'm hoping somebody's going to explain. Otherwise, this is going to be on my mind for the rest of the day how it works.
Totally baffled.
Okay. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share with you my secret at the end of the session. What do you reckon? I'm not going to tell you now. I'm going to keep you in suspense, and I'm going to share how I've done it at the end.
I mean, is it magnetic? Is there like a magnet behind that piece of paper or something?
Keep guessing, and I'll share at the end. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of my magic cube. Okay. So let's go back to sharing my screen with you. And what we're going to do now is have a look at the cube. So you can see there in front of you, you've got 2 cubes. Now, if some of you have been doing our summer activities over the holiday period, you probably did some of the weekly outdoor activities, and you may have seen this particular activity in the pack that we sent out. So what we've done here is we have made a cube, and if I just get my laser again, I'm talking about this one here. We've made it out of the blue parts are something like Play-Doh or clay, and the brown parts are sticks. So we've made a cube just using some things that we can find around the house or outdoors. Now, the clever thing is the blue parts here, we've got all 8 of them, they actually are the vertices, they are the corners. And the brown parts they represent the edges of the cube. So we can see here that we've got 8 vertices and we've got 12 edges. Okay, now that's quite important because of what we're going to move on to next. So keep that in your heads and let's move forward. I've got a little challenge for you now. Now I want to make the following 3D skeleton shapes. So let's just have a look at the 3 shapes we've got. You may not have heard of them, I don't know. Tell me in the chat if you have, because I'd be interested to know. So the first one we've got down there is a triangular prism. My favourite chocolate bar is that shape. Have you all heard of a Toblerone? I love Toblerones. I didn't have time to go down the shops to get one today, but my glasses case is the same shape as well. So this is a triangular prism, and it's got triangle faces on each end, and then obviously we've got the rectangular shapes going round. So what I want to know is how many vertices has this got and how many edges? Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm letting you into all of my secrets because I'm going to share with you now my favourite cereal. Crunchy Nut Custard.
Oh, Fiona, I've always known you to be very healthy, but Crunchy Nut has a very high amount of sugar in it, doesn't it? That's a bit naughty, that one.
I don't have them every day, but they're my favourites for special occasions. But anyway, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because this shape is a cuboid. Okay, so here we've got, well, it can be rectangular or square at the ends, the face is there, but then the rest of them are all rectangles. So once again, how many vertices have we got? How many edges have we got? Okay, I'll leave that one with you. And then the final one that we're looking at is a square-based pyramid. I found it really hard to find a shape every day that we have around us that's this shape. So I ended up making a pyramid, you know, like the pyramids in Egypt. So I don't know if you can see, let me just try and get that close. So there we have a pyramid. Now there's something special about this pyramid because its base is square, and then the other faces are all triangles. Okay, so that is a square-based pyramid. So now we're on to my challenge for you then. We've now got to match, as you can see on the screen, the balls and straws to the right 3D shape. So what about in the chat? Do you want to, let's start with 8 balls and 12 straws. Which 3D shape do you think that matches to? If we wanted to make it, which one of those shapes would we make? So let's see what's going on in the chat now. Have we got some ideas?
And it's definitely one of those 3, right, Fiona?
Definitely, yeah, I'm not being nasty. No, definitely one of those 3. So 8 balls, 12 straws. We've got someone says they think it's a cuboid. Brilliant. Any other ideas? So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to get my pen and let's go to let's get a nicer colour there. Let's go for blue. So let's count them. So 8 balls. So the balls, as we said, are the vertices. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Looks
7.
like cuboid is the popular choice now, Fiona. Everyone's
great. So there are 8 balls. So I think we're on to a winner one now. So then I'm not going to count them all with you, but we can see we've got 4 there. We've got 4 at the end here and 4 at the other end, which makes 12. So you're absolutely right. A cuboid has 8 vertices and 12 edges. Right, what about the other 2 then? Let's go to the 6 balls and 9 straws. Which one do we think that is? Put your ideas in the chat again. These 2 are quite long words to type out as well, aren't they? Oh, right, great. So we've got an idea. Triangular prism, right? Let's start counting then. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Absolutely correct. Brilliant. So a triangular prism has 6 vertices and 9 edges. Well done to those of you that are putting it all in the chat. That's brilliant. Now, the last one, we don't need to match now because we already know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, oh, sorry about that. Let's just quickly get rid of that. Technology. Sometimes it's there and it's a pain, isn't it? Right, okay, right, we're ready. So I'm going to move these. I can actually move them down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a square base pyramid has 5 vertices, and I'm not going to move all the straws, otherwise we'll be here all night. But you see how you can begin to make it. So that's one edge I've put in there, and then I could move to make all the other edges. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because we're going to see something now quite amazing. So, are you ready for some more magic? Let's start. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm actually going to put myself onto spotlight so you can all see me. Okay. Now, I've just shown you how you can make some, I call them skeleton shapes because you can see through them. And I've got some examples of some skeleton shapes with me now. So I have started to make another 3D shape. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, we've got a triangle face here. And what I'm using this time, because what I'm going to do, I need to make sure that the corners actually stay together really well. I'm using what we call pipe cleaners, or sort of like a bendy wire, and I'm using some straws, because what I can actually do, I don't know if you can see that really clearly, is I can poke the bendy wire into the straw and it joins it really well. So I've started to make a 3D shape here. So I'm just going to finish off. I've partly made it because I didn't think it would be very interesting to watch you make the whole shape, but I'm just going to finish this shape off. So I'm just putting the last edge on and I'm going to join it there. And here we have another 3D shape. Now, this is probably a really difficult question, but I wonder if any of you can put in the chat the name of this shape. Have a look. Okay. Shall I tell you about some of its properties?
The square base pyramid, isn't it? It looks like a pyramid, but it's not the one we saw before.
No. So if I've got the one before, that's got a square base, whereas this one, I don't know if you can see that shape. This one has got a triangle as its base. So what do we think? Any ideas? We've got a triangular base. That's a good idea. Yeah, but it's not quite that. Any others coming through the chat, Junaid?
Yeah, we've got lots of triangular prisms, triangular base. We've got pyramid. And then we've got triangular based pyramid, a kind of combination of the others.
It is a tricky one.
I love this one here, triangular. Triangular.
Oh.
Why not make up new words? But here comes someone saying tetra. Tetra. That does sound familiar. Is it tetra something?
It might be. It might be. And do we know the reason why it might be tetra? Any ideas?
Think about other words that have tetra or something that sounds like tetra in them, and what those things have in common.
Do you know what? I think maybe we should give it away. Shall I tell you what it's called?
So what is it called, Fiona? Were they close?
They were close. Particularly tetra is called a tetrahedron.
Ah, and I think all the other names are fine. I think you can call that a triangular prism. Why not? It certainly sounds like a good name. But yeah, now tetra reminds me of Tetris, which tells you a lot about how I spent my childhood. And Tetris was this game. You have all these similar games now where you have to try to get all these blocks arranged in these patterns and fill it with no gaps. And each Tetris block had 4 little units. They're all different shapes, so they all have 4 little units. So I think tetra means 4, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But what's the connection here with the number 4? So we've got a bunch of triangles. Triangles got 3 sides. Where does the 4 come in?
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Faces. Okay.
4 faces. Yeah.
So, and tetrahedron. A hedron, I think, is telling us what? It's 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I wonder, this one you might be able to answer, because that was a really tricky question, naming this shape. But I wonder if you know the name of this face, because it is triangle, I agree, but it's a special triangle. And I wonder if you know the name of that. Because actually, each of these are all the same size. So what would be the name of that triangle? Have we got anything else coming through the chat?
Still thinking.
Very quiet. Thinking, yeah, thinking. It's actually an equilateral triangle, which I'm sure you've done some work on that at school. So there we have. So each of these faces are equilateral triangles.
And they're called equilateral because I guess equals all the sides are the same length. That's probably why it's equilateral.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready for some more magic then?
Yes.
I'm ready. I've made my shapes. Now I've got with me the tetrahedron, and I've also got my cube. Okay. So I'm going to show you now some really wow magic with it. Now I need a bucket of water. Okay, so if you're going to do this at home, just make sure you ask for permission, because we'd hate to think water going everywhere all over your floor. So you need a bucket. Now the other magic ingredient, so it's water, but this isn't water because we can't see through it, it's blue. So the other magic ingredient is washing up liquid. Okay, so I've got
fairy, Fiona.
Well, I'll let you into a secret. I have tried it with other makes, and I find this is the best. But
there you go.
Whatever you've got at home, I'm sure it's going to work.
And I'm guessing it can be any colour fairy. It doesn't have to be blue.
Yeah, I don't know why mine's blue, but there we go. I've got blue fairy liquid. So I've got about 4 litres of water in here, and I've put about 100 millilitres of washing up liquid into there. So it's quite a lot. So make sure you do ask at home rather than just use up all the washing up liquid and then you can't wash your dishes. So make sure you ask. Now, I've also been very clever in how I've done this, because the shapes that I have made sure that they will actually fit inside this bucket, because sometimes I've done it and I've just not been thinking and I've made it too big and then I can't get it under the water. So it's really important. It must go all the way under the water. Okay, so that's really important. The other thing, when you're making these shapes, you really do, we've been talking about them all being the same, the length of each of the edges being the same length. So, and when you make the cube or the tetrahedron or other shapes, you must think about the length when you're putting them all together, because otherwise you're going to end up with a really weird shape, 3D shape. I mean, it might still be interesting, but think carefully about, we don't want to waste things. So think carefully about when you're cutting up your straws and how you actually do it. So are you ready? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to immerse this into the water and the solution, and then I'm going to put it out again. So I want to know what you think is going to happen. Now, whilst you're having a think, I'm going to bring over, there we go. So just because when I go to show you, I need a dark background so it shows clearly. So what do you think is going to happen? Have we got anyone putting anything in the chat? Oh, having a good think.
Funny shape.
Yeah, because you probably all, like me, have you all had these little container where you dip like a wand into it?
Bubble ones, yeah.
Yeah, and then blow bubbles.
They're a big hit in this household, yeah.
So actually,
I'd say something for the children, but the adults in this house quite like the bubble ones too.
yeah, you can get bubble machines now as well, can't you?
That's incredible.
Yeah. So this has got, the hint is, this has got washing up liquid in, and we know bubbles appear, don't we? When we go to do the washing up, bubbles appear in our actual sink. So let's see. So we think a funny shaped bubble. Let's have a go. So I'm going to dip it down. Now, when you do this, you really need to try to touch as little as possible of the shape, because then you're really going to see the magic happen. So here we go. Right, I'm going to move it across to here.
So there's a late prediction coming in saying a triangular bubble, they think it.
Yeah. So what's happening when I dip this into the solution, the film that's within the solution that makes the bubbles, it actually grips the edges, and because it's quite lazy, it wants to do it the quickest way possible. That's why it doesn't just do it around the outside, it actually goes inside. I don't know if you can see as well, because it's trying to do it in the shortest and quickest way possible. So I don't know if you can see, can you see that there? So I've got lots of more triangles within this tetrahedron. Okay. Right, so that's one. That's not my favourite, because my favourite is the cube. And do you know, I've made a special little handle today, because hopefully I'm going to be able to show you what's going to happen here. So what, now you've talked about funny shaped bubbles appearing, what do you think is going to appear inside of this cube when I put it in? Here we go, let's have a go. It might take several attempts. Yeah. That's not the best one. Let's do it again.
We're hearing lots of squares coming through the chat.
Squares, okay, let me have a go. Just trying to get it. Oh, come on. We will get there. There is a square appearing, but I'm wanting something else to appear. So let's, here we go. Right, are you ready? If I move it across here, can you see? You're so delicate with it, but can you see it's actually,
wow.
I've actually got a cube within a cube.
You've got another floating cube.
I have another floating cube. You're absolutely right. Now, I haven't got time now to go through all the 3D shapes, but what fun would it be just trying all the different 3D shapes to see what bubbles, if any, appear inside the other ones. I mean, the cuboid that we looked at today, I wonder what will appear in that. Or the
Toblerone in.
Yeah.
Mini Toblerone inside, I wonder. Hang out, isn't it?
Yeah, so lots and lots of fun. Now, I'm just going to quickly go back to sharing my screen, because I'm going to show you, if you didn't see it, and click on, these are some photos I took earlier, and that's what was appearing in the centre. You can actually see another cube inside. I didn't know there was such thing as square bubbles, but there we go, because all bubbles that we blow are normally a sphere, aren't they? So yeah, so lots and lots of fun. Right, okay, we've got a couple of minutes left. The floating cube. I did promise that I would share my secret with you. So how does it work? Are you ready? Shall I come back onto main screen? Is that going to be better?
The magicians never reveal their tricks, but Fiona's about to show us otherwise.
I am. Right, so let me get my... So this is what we had. We had our...
All right, my head's spinning again.
So how does it work? Well, are you ready? Here's the big reveal. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
It's not actually a cube at all. Look, it's just got, there's just 3 faces there. But when I go like that, it looks like it. So
it still looks like it's floating.
It does.
Told us how it works.
I've confused your brain. It's an optical illusion. Okay, so this image is misleading what your brain is thinking that it's seeing. It's tricked it into seeing things that aren't real. because actually I can put my hand in there, but it doesn't look like it when I take it away. So it's an optical illusion. There we go. Hopefully, I mean, you can make these easily at home and then go and
I guess
wow your friends.
I mean, I'm definitely right. I guess it shows how natural cubes are to our minds. We're just constantly looking out for them, so we see them even where they don't exist.
Yeah, it's great fun. If you do it at home and you're not doing it on camera like I'm doing with you, then make sure you get the person that you're doing it to cover one eye, because that really does trick the brain then. So if they do it with two, sometimes they can see what's happening, but if you manage to get them to cover one eye, it really is that optical illusion.
That's amazing, they're saying in the chat.
Brilliant, good. Right, I'm going to go back to just finish off and share my screen. I hope you enjoyed just some little bits of magic with 3D shapes. And I'm going to hand over to Andy, that's just going to finish off and share some other things with you.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I know I'm going to be spending the rest of my afternoon when I should be working. It might be making floating cubes, I think. So just to let everybody know that following on from this session, we will send you a puzzle sheet, which will have those things that you can see on the screen there. So the warm-up activity that we had, so you can try that again. You can try that out with some other children in school. We'll have the instructions for doing the bubble shapes activity, which is the second thing I'm going to be doing this afternoon after making my cube. And then the magic floating cube instructions as well. So all of those will be sent to school following this session. So make sure you do ask your teachers for those when they arrive. And then it just remains to be said, I guess, thank you very much for taking part in the Maths Extravaganza. I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. It's lots of fun and learning maths at the same time. And we love working with schools, and this is a sort of session that we're wanting to do more of. So I'll be in touch with the schools and with the teachers following up on this session of the next day or so to get your feedback on this session, but also to get some ideas for sort of things that you might like to do and take part in the future. We'd also like to hear, if you do try these out in school, then please do let us know how you got on with them. We love getting these solutions to the summer challenge over the summer holiday. So those of you that have already got my email address, please let me know how you get on with this. And for those of you that don't, I should be in touch with you very soon. So just a final goodbye then from Fiona and from Junaid.
Bye.
Thanks very much, everyone. Bye-bye.